Hey, what's going on, people? This is TJ. Welcome back to Kuma Reviews. We're taking a look at one that I never thought that I would own. Finally found a deal for them at MSRP new, so I went ahead and bought two. So, Glory Day, we're going to go ahead and knock out this one, as well as the other associated mecha. We're taking a look at Sentinel's Metamor-Force Power Dagwon. So, this is from the series Command of Braves Dagwon. What comes in the box? Alright, so generic pieces here, so big base. The corners come off, stand, generic, infinity cannon. All right, drill and claw accessories for fire shovel. This is a backplate. This, it's hard to explain, but let me go through it, and I guess I'll explain it in a second here. Down here, little guy. Let me zoom in. Try to summarize this series and how it goes as best as possible. So this is a Brave series. There are a lot of tropes and stuff like that that go along with it, but this one in particular, it does this job of implementing stuff from even like Super Sentai and stuff like that as well, and it stands out a lot from a lot of the other Brave series. In fact, more than any other Brave series, it reminds me of Transformers like Master-Force Victory and stuff like that when it comes to mecha anime. So basically, this here, it's Dagfire. There's this character in, there's a team of characters. They basically have these kind of Power Ranger suits and stuff like that they suit up and turn into and stuff like that. They can grow, they have superpowers, this, that, and the other. Again, a lot like Super Sentai. It's really cool, but when he gets into that suit, he's called Fire In. Alright, so this is, I believe it's Fire Stratos, because it's made after Lancia Stratos. It's a police vehicle. Fire In can ride inside of this vehicle, but he can also combine with it. It's not necessarily combined, but become one with it, and it becomes this character here, this mecha called Dagfire. So it can transform between the police vehicle as well as this robot mode here. All right, so you've got Dagfire there. It's a man inside of a car that becomes a man. Each of these characters can do that, but they all have these things called auxiliary mechas. He has two. Most of the other characters have one. All right. So this one is Fire Shovel. He also has another one called Fire Jumbo, which we'll review next. All right. We're going to do these one after another because they have this combination mode and stuff like that. So he, much like Master Force, the Lancia Stratos, that is called a Dagtector. So it's kind of like a Transtector, where in Transformers like Master Force or Headmasters or Victory, the big vehicle would be called the Transtector, okay? So Dagtector, auxiliary mecha. The auxiliary mecha is the equivalent of a Transtector in those Transformers like anime series and stuff like that. Season 2, I believe it is. All right, so he can go ahead, he can ball up, combine with this, and take control of it, right? So when he takes control of this as well as Dagfire, right? Let me make sure that I'm calling it the right thing. No, this is Fire Shovel. And Fire Jumbo is the Jumbo Jet. Each of these also have a robot mode that they can turn into. All right? He starts off with Fire Jumbo, and then begins using this later in the series. I think it's like 30 or 40 episodes in or so. I just rewatched this series. All right, so this is the second one he uses, and then you only really see Fire Jumbo in order for the two auxiliary mechas to combine, and it's called Super Fire Dagwon when those two combine. But anyway, taking a look at Fire Shovel here, we're going to take a look at Fire Dagwon, which is Dagfire plus Fire Jumbo in the next review, and then we're going to go into a review after that on the combined mode. That's going to be its complete own video and stuff like that for the Super Fire Dagwon. But yeah, continuing on with what comes in the box, right? A variety of hands. All right, it comes with two default fists. These hands are specifically for holding the Leo sword, which comes with Fire Dagwon. This is an adapter piece. see how it's in its vehicle mode now. There's another one in case you want it more clean, don't want to see the arms and stuff like that. You could have it rest on parts of this rather than like the arms, and the arms can go inside of here and hide. I actually prefer this mode more. I like the way it looks better, so we're going to keep it in that mode for the sake of this review. All right, these 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces here are actually adapter pieces for Fire Dagwon, not Power Dagwon, to be able to hold the Infinity Cannon. Actually, it mounts on his side like an underarm bazooka type thing, and we'll go over that in this review too. So, you're going to see parts in these two reviews for both Power and Fire Dagwon that kind of overlap, because in both I want to do comparisons and stuff like that, side by side shots and whatnot. But we'll also get the specifics of each individual mecha and stuff like that in their own video. So hopefully that wasn't too wordy. I tried to summarize 48 episodes in a whole 2 minutes. So again, apologize if it's wordy, but let's go ahead and get to reviewing this figure. Personally, I'm going to start it off by saying I really like it. Right now it goes for like $500-$600 minimum. Do I think it's worth that? Absolutely not. But if you find it for $300, buy as many as you can, resell a couple, make your money back. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so trying to take as clear a video as possible of the Dagfire that comes with this height. We're looking at about 1 1/4 inches tall. I'll give it that. I think I'm overestimating, probably closer to 1 1/8. But as a front to back, pretty okay for the small detailing. I mean, right? No articulation in the head. The arms, no like outward movement. They are on ball joints though, but no butterfly or anything like that. The little elbows do bend. All right, it has like front and back skirts, but they don't do anything. They don't move. So the leg swing is limited to that. That's knee bend, and yeah, that's about it. So when it comes to poses, I mean, he's pretty much going to be standing straight up with his elbows bent or not. For the sake of combining him with, just showing you guys kind of how it goes, combining him with Fire Excavator, it's legitimately just that simple. Straight out the arms, bring the legs back as far as possible, and he'll go inside of the chest. All right? There's that. All right, so taking a look at Fire Shovel. Again, this is N's Dagtector. Not a lot of mobility here, so these don't roll or anything like that. No rolling treads. There is some mobility here in the crane, and then you can turn this piece 360. All right, working piston there, also working piston here too. But then any of the attachments have the ability to rotate. As you can see, this one goes in and out. All right, if you want to go ahead, you can put Dagfire. There's a little hole on the bottom of his left foot here. Of course, I'm popping the arms out. This is the first time I've even popped the arms out like that. What the heck? It's different. But attaching that there. Zoom in on that a little bit. Make sure we're still focused. And that's a cool look. Alright. Okay, in out of the way. And just looking at some of the other attachments here. Just like when it's in its transformed bot form, you can attach the drill. as well as the grappling mechanism here. Crane arm. Right. And these don't go out, just all four of them up and down the claws. All right. And just for the sake of having them side by side, here it is, fire shovel. As well as fire jumbo here. And both of these are dag detectors for N. Both his auxiliary mecha, so they're for him to combine with, power up, and transform. And they can both combine together. We're going to do that in a separate video for Super Fire Dagwon. That'll be fun. But yeah, there you go. Pretty basic, like I said. No rolling treads, no wheels on it or anything like that. Moving shovel. The crane arms, claw in and out. The drill can rotate. Again, upward, downward, ratchet. Working pistons there. And rotation on the end of that arm there. Okay, and taking a look at Power Dagwon in its bot mode. So, you've got the, I don't know if it'd be considered a falcon or what, but you've got that crest there. This comes off the back. And then you can take this back cover piece and boom. Well, the wings, they do extend out. So it's not totally bad, but they can go in and out. Okay. There's that. Zoom out a little bit more. Give you guys a height approximation. I'm gonna say just over 7.5 inches tall. Yeah. Maybe 7 6/8. Alright. Alright, now going over the articulation here. Head. Because of the transformation, this whole thing goes up, but has a good amount of downward tilt. Not really any upward, to be honest with you. But no 360 on the head. Can go about, God, comfortably, I'd say 90 degrees each way. Proceed with caution. Shoulders parallel. Alright. And they do extend out for a lot of further butterfly movement in and out. They can 360, but you gotta watch these wings in the back, so take that into account. Okay. Bicep swivel, full 360. Okay. Make sure that I'm still doing things correctly because forearms do rotate as well. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep everything in line how it's supposed to be. Okay. Elbow. Single joint, but goes well past that. 45 degrees or 90 degrees. Well, no. I'm going to say double jointed. Yeah, because there's another one inside of the forearm itself. So you got two, one elbow joint, but then the forearm has another swing joint as well. All right. Plenty of room there. Looking at, and these do unfortunately just come out easy. I'm torn on stuff like that because, like, you'd rather them come out easy than break, but it's still annoying when it happens. So proceed with caution. Try not to touch those if you don't have to. All right. Waist swivel. I'm getting about a comfortable 45 degrees each way. All right. I'm not messing with it any further. Finding the replacement one of these if I break it, yeah, not fun. Back bend, ab crunch, and then side to side swing. I'm so glad that Sentinel's made that a regular feature on its products. It's really refreshing. Okay, so hip skirts. I am just popping everything off of this figure. But I'm not going to edit it out because you should be cautionary. Right? I should be cautionary. Everybody should be cautionary. Alright? So skirts. Then let's see what we got in the back. Back doesn't move. All one solid piece. Alright? So, outwards. Make sure this foot's planted okay. Forward, pop that off, but probably less than at 90 degrees. I'm going to leave that off for the time being. Alright, good amount of knee bend there. Ankles, when it comes to the tilt, it's the front of the foot that tilts, back of the foot, separate tilt, both about the same, but forward and backwards as well. Alright. And then, of course, he does have that arm attached to the left shoulder. No, that's not removable. I kind of wish it was for cleanliness sake, but at the same time, it's basically not the same figure. Same rotation as it has in vehicle mode, but now you have room for it to just 360 all the way around. Warned you about these pieces. You saw that time, didn't even touch it. It's the ratchet from the shovel arm. Yeah. Then 360 there. Okay. Upwards, 360 there. And another 360 there. As well as inward, outward. And of course, when it comes to that arm, you can still swap out the attachments. So it's boom. Okay, so Infinity Cannon. It's as simple as just pegging it in. There's only one hole near the right shoulder to peg this in. So no guesswork or anything like that. Make sure that's pegged in. Boom. Yeah, very straightforward, simple. Lean this back a little bit. And then you have the option to kind of aim it up or down. On top of that, it stays pegged in extremely well. He balances fine without a stand. I'm just making sure, because I still had the back ankle tilted. You know, when it comes to more of the posing and stuff like that, that'll be on the Rin review with the full gallery and stuff. But yeah, straightforward stuff. Okay, and really quickly, let's go ahead and look at the different hands meant for holding the Leo sword here. So it's got the default fist. And I should have went over the articulation there, so I'm sorry. With the ball joint, it does have some rock there, but there's also rock inside of the wrist itself. So a lot of like an upward and downward movement, depending on how you have it rotated. It could be inward, outward, kind of make it your own. But yeah, so pop that out, ball joint. There are two. So there's a hand with articulated fingers, as well as one that's just slanted. So if you want to hold it at an angle, really go for the Obari stuff, there you go. All right. Leo sword. So it has a peg that swings in and out. All right, so currently in. Get that guy out. Make sure that we are okay. All right, and peg in. Peg that in here. Ooh, I thought I had it. All right, so it's pegged in. Or it isn't. I'm going to have to do this off camera. I crap y'all not the second I turned off record, it went in just fine. So, whatever. Just find the right angle. The peg's a little bit fat compared to the female end of the peg inside of the hand, but, I mean, there you go. Pretty straightforward stuff. Just for the sake of, I guess, doing something with it. And I do like the fact that the fingers have spread and stuff like that. Let's get this one a little bit more forward. Okay. Spread. Okay, let's see what we can do there. Oh. It's that back ankle tilt, man. Completely forgot that it was separate there. Okay. Alright, so let's bring camera in. Bring it down some. Boom. Give it a little bit of slant there. Let's see. See how things come together? I know it didn't look like anything when I was doing it. But there you go. Alright, now we got them side by side. We've got Fire Dagwon next to Power Dagwon. Again, they're both robot modes for the auxiliary mecha, controlled by Dag Fire. Fire in their bot modes. Yeah, so, wow, of course I knocked that down. But it's pretty cool stuff. Alright, again, he primarily takes control of Fire Jumbo, which becomes Fire Dagwon for most of the series, but then once he adds fire, I want to say Fire Excavator, but Fire Shovel. There we go. Lots of names. Fire Shovel to his rotation. He primarily uses that, and you occasionally see this for the Super Fire Dagwon combination. But yeah, there you go. There they are, side by side. And honestly, I really can't think of which one I like better between the two. I think just aesthetically I'd lean a little bit more towards Fire Dagwon, the one on the viewer's left, but I mean they're both beautiful. It falls right in line with Brave stuff, just having magnificent designs for sure. Alright, and final thoughts on Sentinel's Metamor-Force. Power Dagwon, honestly, I think this toy is fantastic. It does a good job of mixing the aesthetic portion, the quality portion, because it is a figure with the die-cast joints and stuff like that, as well as the playability part, because this is one that you can still have as like a desk bot, goof around with it. I wish stuff like the dragon head I don't know if these would be called horns, fins, whatever, but these pieces on the side didn't come off. But outside of that, there's not a lot of like fiddliness, breakage, this, that, and the other that you have to worry about. It's pretty darn cool. Do I wish that it was a transformer, like a proper transformer, right? Just move some stuff around, this, that, and the other, and all of a sudden it's an excavator. Yes, but for what it does as a parts former, not having to sacrifice like some of that aesthetic, articulation and whatnot, it's pretty freaking cool, and it hits both modes really well. And I will tell you, the transformation between the two modes is literally like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and boom, you're done. So it's really cool. I think that with both of these, they're better together. Even if you display them like in their individual bot modes, they just look right together. Even though you don't really see them on screen like this together, it just makes sense to have Dagfire and his mechs just all standing there and stuff like that. It's just the way it is. Fire Dagwon, really easy to find. This one, Power Dagwon, for MSRP, there are a ton of them out there, but like I said, $500-$600 pop. No, this isn't a $500-$600 figure. But if you can, by chance, find it at retail, even if you find like Power Dagwon, Fire Dagwon set together for like, let's say $600, boom, you've got them both at MSRP right there. I think that might be your best bet. I don't know where to look, to be honest with you, because I bought the last two that, whatchamacallit, that they had in stock. But yeah, I'm also going to make a split-second audible decision here. And give you guys both modes side by side, end it like this. That's what I should have done in the first place. But yeah, overall, if you can find it for MSRP or relatively close to, more than worth it. Definitely better as a pair, but even if you buy it individually, solid figure, nails the look, has that quality feel, articulation, etc. I don't really see many people who know what they're getting into, even at like a very minimal portion, being disappointed with this one. I think it'd be hard to, unless you just expect something completely different. But yeah, again, Sentinels, Metamor-Force, Power Dagwon from Command of Braves, Dagwon. Honestly, it's also worth giving the cartoon a shot too, man. I don't know where is streaming the anime. I honestly, with all the Brave series a while back, I downloaded them all, put them on my Plex server, so I just kind of have them forever. Subtitles, all that, so torrents might be the way to go. I hate encouraging stealing, but if you can't find them, what else can you do, Licensing sucks at times. But anyway, this has been another Kuma Style review. Check out the full written article and gallery on kumastyle.com. Thank you for watching. Stay well, stay safe. See you next time. Just so you guys know what's happening today, Power Dagwon. Tomorrow, Fire Dagwon. Day after that, 2 days out from now, it's going to be the Super Fire Dagwon. I'm going to review the combined form. It's its own separate video. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time.